How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to show you what it's like to drive the 2024 Genesis G90 from a first-person point of view. Under the hood of this spec G90 is something very unusual. It's a 3.5-liter twin-turbocharged V6, but it also has a 48-volt electric supercharger for a total of 409 horsepower and 405 pound-feet of torque. This variant starts at $99,000. There's a base model that starts at $89,000 that only makes 375 horsepower. Both come with all-wheel drive and an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, something they did that's pretty cool is basically combined the hood with the side fenders to reduce the panel gaps and make the front of the car even more aerodynamic. The front of the G90 is super imposing. I like the split headlight design as well. We've got diamond cut wheels. Now, to get into the car, these handles pop out when the vehicle is unlocked. Really nice key, by the way, and it's got some cool features. So if we go ahead and lock it up and press and hold this button right here, it's going to turn the car on, and then it can drive itself forward if we press this button. So if you're in a tight space, it can actually pull itself out of the space, out of your garage, and it's fully, nobody is in the car right now and it's driving itself. How crazy is that? Press and hold this to turn the engine off. Coming around the back, it's a very sharp rear end. I like the really sharp cut here on the rear fender, as well as that deck lid. The interior is where the G90 really shines. The fit and finish is absolutely insane, but one of my favorite parts is, if we come to the rear seat environment, I love the forged carbon fiber on the seat backs, the ambient lighting, Bang & Olufsen sound system with 23 speakers, but check this out. Let's go ahead and hop inside. Now, if we click this button right here, it's gonna close that door for me like a Rolls-Royce, which is pretty awesome. If you turn this on, we've got an 8-inch touchscreen, so you can control the media, as well as make the sunshades go up and down, and the ambient lighting, etc. Now, how crazy is this? If we click the rest button right here, it'll push the passenger seat out of the way and fully recline my rear seat. I even have extra support down there, and these pillows are just so nice. I love the dual sunroofs. Everything in here is amazing. There's two different color options for the interior. There's Bordeaux Brown, which we have here, or black, and the only trim available in the top trim level of the G90 is this forged carbon fiber. Almost as impressive as the rear seat environment is the front. If we click this door close button, the doors will close. 23 speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, that is fantastic. We've got paddles, they're not super responsive, but if you do want to shift yourself, the steering wheel is great as well. Dual digital displays to put it into drive, turn this to the right, reverse, turn it to the left, it lights up in red for reverse, P for park. We've got various drive modes as well to choose from. Let's just get a look at this interior first. Those seats are so gorgeous. Dual sunroofs, two color options to choose from, either Bordeaux Brown or black. Now, different drive modes to choose from. Click this button right here, and we can switch between Eco, Comfort, and Sport. I'm going to leave it in Comfort mode. Then we've got this cool mood curator right here. If we go to Home and we scroll over, this is actually a touch screen. We can go to Mood Curator. And let's try Delight. This will play a little soundtrack, show a picture up on the display, as well as change the ambient light color and either lower or raise the shades. But I just think that looks fantastic staring at that hot air balloon. All right, guys, let's take it out for a drive. All right, let's see what it's like to drive the G90. Really good turning radius, honestly, for such a big vehicle. Now, if you haven't seen my full review, make sure to do so, but I want to talk about some driver assistance features in the G90 that are really impressive. For one, when you turn on the turning indicators, check this out. It shows you a picture of the blind spot. That's the left indicator. It goes on the left side. And if we do the right indicator, it shows you your right blind spot. Every car should have that. I absolutely love that feature. All right, let's get out on the road. 409 horsepower. It's not super quick, but it's definitely fast enough. I think I'd opt for, honestly, the smaller engine, although I do like the interior trim that the higher end trim level comes with, this carbon fiber. Another awesome feature is the lane keep assist and adaptive cruise control. So if we have this button here, the steering wheel with the little lines next to it activated, and then we click the cruise control button here, it's unlikely it's gonna work in this super twisty canyon, but out on the highway and more normal roads, it works incredibly well. Like impressively so. You pretty much can rely on this thing to drive for you. You shouldn't do that for your own safety, but I mean, this car can lock in the lanes and steer itself, speed up, slow down with traffic, and basically do almost everything for you to a very impressive degree. This is going around a reasonably sharp turn. Obviously, it's checking out the speed limit as well. Now, some other cool, really advanced features of this car. The 8-speed automatic transmission, it's telling me to keep my hands on the steering wheel now, actually uses cameras in the front of the car and sensors to detect upcoming objects. So if the car sees that there's a pothole in the road, the electronically controlled suspension will adapt and soak up those bumps. But if it sees there's a turn or a hill, the 8-speed automatic will downshift predictively to be in the perfect gear at the right time, which I think is super, super cool. Now, obviously this thing isn't a canyon mobber, but this is one of my favorite film spots, and it actually does a little bit better than I was expecting. Less body roll than expected, but really the impressive part is how it rides over bumps. The ride quality is absolutely insane. It feels like, and I mean this in the best way possible, like a Mercedes S-Class or a BMW 7 Series. Vehicles that start at a higher price than the G90, and this offers a lot of features as standard that are really, really impressive. 18-way adjustable front seats with 4 different levels of massage, which is absolutely awesome. The rear seat environment is truly the place to be, but driving this is really fun as well. Now, if we swipe over to Mood Curator, this will actually play different sounds. Let's go ahead and put Delight up on the screen. It'll play different sounds, change the ambient lighting, and it has really cool graphics on the screen. Once that goes away, I love that hot air balloon logo. Not a logo, graphic. Look at that. This is delightful. I love that, honestly. We're coming up to a stop sign. I'm gonna turn that right turn signal, and then boom, we've got a little blind spot completely revealed, which is really, really cool. Now, I also like that there's hard controls for things like the volume. Right now, I don't really want to listen to the Mood Curator, so I will push this inwards, and then all of a sudden, that is on mute. All of the buttons are super user-friendly and easy to use. We've got different massage settings here, seat storing settings. We've got heated seats, cooled seats, and massaging seats even in the back. Really nice heads-up display as well. It's just such an easy vehicle to drive. I've enjoyed this more than I thought I would, honestly. It's so comfortable, and it also has really cool active sound cancellation. So basically, it's got accelerometers, as well as using the speakers to detect ambient noises, harsh sounds that they predict that a human wouldn't like. The speakers emit opposite frequencies that cancel out the sound waves so that it's quieter in here. And the result is pretty ridiculous. It is actually very, very quiet inside of the G90. Now, up ahead, we're gonna get onto the freeway so we can do that lane keep assist a little more. It'll probably work right now as well. Go ahead. And yeah, I mean, that is absolutely fantastic. And I think all of the different colors in here look really nice and help make this feel even more upscale than it already is. Having the brown with that forged carbon fiber with the kind of silver titanium trim is pretty impressive. Apparently, this right here is a fingerprint sensor that can start the vehicle without the key. So it'll scan your fingerprint, know who you are, and then start the vehicle, which is pretty darn epic. All right, hopping on the freeway right now. Perfect opportunity to use all of the assistance features and just relax in the G90. I've done some big commutes in this car, and I've done some around town small commutes, and it's really nice for every environment. It would be a fantastic daily driver, and I think it provides a lot of value for the money. And if you wanted to save a bit more money, you could get one of these used, and then you could get a crazy deal on the car. All right, let's change lanes here and then activate the adaptive cruise control. So it's hitting the brakes right now because it wants to slow down for the car ahead of us. It's set to 55 miles an hour, which is a little slow. I can toggle it up to 65. And now it sees that car is pulling away, so it's got some space to accelerate. And look at that, the steering wheel is turning itself, and it's super relaxing. And then I can go ahead and click on the massage button right here. I'm doing a whole body energizing mode massage for 20 minutes. That's pretty crazy. You can select 4 different massage types as well as how long and the intensity. That's some pretty bespoke customizations, and this thing feels absolutely fantastic. Wow. It's actually pretty intense. You really do feel the whole body energizing mode. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.